Hey y'all, I'm Allison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Sean Fraser from the Ritzy Kids.
Hunters, this is Johnny from Rail Motor.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season.
Hey, it's Rob Stanier, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms.
Check out my latest music on all the streaming sites.
Check out my debut album on all streaming platforms.
Check out our new debut album.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And you're listening to our friends, Braggy and Curly.
My favorite bands from Australia.
My two favourite podcasters,
Braggy and Curly.
Braggy and Curly.
On the
Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome to episode 75 of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. And we're going to get straight into it this week. The only little bit of news we're going to talk about is going to come from my co-host down there in Adelaide. So what happened on the weekend, Braggy?
Mate, we won by 1 point. 3 goals down.
The Redlegs won.
With 4 minutes to go, and we kicked 3 and win by 1.
Yeah, unbelievable game. Unbelievable game.
You watched it?
I was watching it on a phone at a mate's place. So,
I was actually at a gig. And I was trying to avoid it, but it was like a public bar thing, so the screen was there. And so when they kicked that last goal, we just fucking stopped. The band just stopped. It was so good. And the crowd was going off in the pub, so
it was good.
Great win.
And it was off the back of that Saturday night classic, Swans and Collingwood. So the 1 point win to the Swannies. So yeah,
that was good.
Some good little games of football.
Cows up.
Yeah, Cowboys this Friday. Is it Friday night? Tomorrow night? But anyway,
I think so.
Hey, we've got 3 guys sitting here. They've just come out of a rehearsal, a bit of a jam session. So who we got there, Braggy? Do you want to introduce them?
We got Pocketwatch. And I think, if I'm right, is Angus on the left? Which one's Angus?
Yes, I'm Angus. Hi,
and Angus,
I'm Angus.
Do you belong to Rossi, do you?
Yes.
That's unfortunate, but it's good at the same time.
I know.
And then we've got Jamie in the middle.
Yep.
And Sam on the far side. Pocketwatch.
Yep.
Pocketwatch. First thing I've got to ask before you get started, Braggy, I know you've got all the questions lined up, but where did the name come from? Pocketwatch.
Yeah, it's like a very specific name. Dave Grohl did a little demo tape before he was in the Foo Fighters, like before he formed the Foo Fighters, and the demo tape he made it under a band called Late. And the album was called Pocketwatch. And I thought that was really cool.
Wow, that is niche.
Yeah, that
like
is
it.
Yes.
Incredibly.
And so,
niche.
how long have you guys? How long have you guys been a band?
A year?
A year, I think. Yeah, like a year now. A year and a couple months.
And just from schoolmates?
Yeah. We were in a rock band together, and then we kind of had to. We got something together.
Well, you're still in a rock band together. So.
Went from rock band to a rock band.
Yeah.
Okay, and well, I just want to obviously, Angus, your dad's been involved in the music thing. When was the first time for you that music became a thing? Like, when was the first time you went, oh, I get it. That's what I want to do.
Well, I've been playing since I was like 7. Like I've like guitar and singing stuff. You know, it's kind of always been around, but I didn't really start writing or get into it till I was about 14, I think, and I just kind of fell in love with writing music and stuff.
And how old are you guys now?
I'm 19.
I'm 16. 15.
Wow.
So we're 50. We're 50 years old.
Celebrating our 50th
birthday.
Oh, mate, no wonder you got so much energy. We've seen some of the videos from your gigs, and if only we were that young again, bragging.
Oh, I love it. Actually, I actually love it. So, okay, so obviously, Angus, you're being older. It doesn't seem a lot. 4 years doesn't seem much to us old bastards, but that's a fair gap between you guys.
Yeah.
So how did you meet up like that with the age difference?
Yes. So basically, I was the singer in rock band, like the rock band at school.
All right.
Since like year 7, I was actually the singer. And I just kept going, and everyone kept like getting too old, and then they left school and stuff. And then I was in year 12, and I actually got a show before I had a band, playing with Jupiter 5.
Cool.
And Simon Chancellor. And then, so what happened was I basically needed to get some members for the show, thinking it was going to be like a one-off thing. And then I just got, Sam was the drummer of the rock band time, Jamie was the bass player. I thought they were great. And I mean, I've worked with Sam and some stuff, for a while. And then, I just kind of approached them. I was like, do you want to do this? And they're like, yeah. And then we did it, and it was kind of too good to have as a one-off. And we just kind of kept playing.
Just kept going. So why the drums, Sam?
I don't know. I think I got bored of doing everything else, so I started the drums because it seemed the easiest instrument to do, because you just hit stuff and you don't have to learn like notes or anything.
I reckon it's the bloody hardest thing to do. You got this.
I just didn't want to read music, and so it seemed like the most fun.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to read music to do the other stuff either.
Yeah, but I was like 6 when I started, so I didn't really know that.
Okay, yeah. That always happens. Say, mum and dad say, "Oh, you got to get lessons, and you got to learn properly if you're going to do it." Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So do you all have the same musical influences? So bands that have inspired you?
Yeah.
Pretty sure, like Silverchair,
yeah.
Nirvana, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I reckon
Kind of just 90s.
Yeah. Is the Hives an influence? Just going on.
The Hives rock, and I think that's a bit of where the suit thing came from, Cause
Yeah, that's
we
what I was
kinda
going to
sort of
ask.
were
Yeah.
like, that and the Beatles, kind of, obviously, but
Of course, the Beatles.
yeah.
And there was another band called The Knack that you guys mightn't know, but they had the same.
Yeah,
style.
no, we know that.
You know The Knack?
My
Yeah.
Sharona.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. Your dad's Rossi, of course. Of course, you're going to know every freaking act from 1960. Yeah, that was one thing I noticed. What are we going to do, Kel? Are we going to play a song early up?
Well, yeah, let's just while we're talking about influences, I'm going to play a cover that the boys have done, the band have done. But they've also done a cover of a classic song from Eastern Dark, and Eastern Dark were a Sydney band that just had so much potential and a horrible, tragic storyline. But that's where you guys first got a bit of publicity with your version of Johnny and Dee Dee. Is that right?
Yeah, we my dad's kind of known members of the Eastern Dark for like forever, so we kind of knew it, and I don't even remember how we kind of started doing that song, but we just kind of did it. We posted it in, I think, like an Eastern Dark like Facebook group or something, like picked it up or something. That's kind of cool. Like a couple of people looked at it too, so yeah, we know Bill Gibson, so that's great.
It's a good version, but the song I'm going to play first up is a Radio Birdman song. So tell us about why you cover The New Race.
That was kind of at least in the back of my mind, there's like so many reasons why I do that. I've kind of grown up knowing, Chris and, Chris Maswak for like, as like a kind of uncle figure for like a big part of my life. And then Radio Birdman and all those kind of bands have kind of been around just playing, so I'm really familiar with it. And, and because Silverchair also did a couple of it while they were wearing suits, actually. And then I remember being like, oh, New Race. And then Jamie was like, oh, I love that song, And I was like, oh, cool. And we just did it.
And it just came from there. I reckon it's just one of those songs that just starts off at such a frenetic pace and then just never stops. So let's put it on. This is Pocketwatch with their version of New Race.
Yeah.
So we had some buffering issues there, boys, but that all works out in the end. Don't trust us on that. But, mate, that is... what's that song like to play?
Man. How handy is it having Uncle Chris to give it? Huh?
Because I actually didn't know how to play the start bit at all, and I couldn't figure it out. And then we actually sent a message over to Chris, and he sent a little video showing me how to play it. I thought it was pretty cool. It's hard to play because his rule is what he's always said is that you have to do that all down strokes. You can't go up strokes with that song. So I'm going like ba-da-da, and it's pretty tiring, but it's all right. It's fun.
Oh yeah, we know about the downstrokes, don't we, Curly? I was put in my place about the downstrokes.
We got to do it.
No. I said, the downstrokes are a really Aussie thing, like the Angels and stuff. And Chris said, I think you'll find that I was the first one to do that. So it was really cool. Hey, so I want to know all the punters there. I'm guessing they're kind of your age, most of those guys. How do they know they're listening to, what is it, nearly 50-year-old song from Australian legends, Canadian legends, whatever we want to put them.
I reckon it'd be pretty 50-50. I mean, I feel like a decent amount of kids would know Radio Birdman as like a kind of Aussie staple. Honestly, going to a lot of the shows, some people don't even know what's going on. They're just like feeling the pulse and just
just moshing. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah. So, Jamie, what's your in that particular song? Because you're the bass player. What's the bass line like to play?
Oh yeah, it's a pretty simple bass line. I think for me, I'm just like going hard as I possibly can, trying to just headbang as much as I can. But just keeping down the rhythm and just enjoying myself.
Yeah.
I reckon
leaving all the solos up to Gus.
I reckon, Jamie, that the low slung bass, that's about as low as I've seen since probably, maybe what's his name from the Sex Pistols.
Oh, it's Sid.
Oh yeah.
From Sid. Sid was pretty low, but that's really low. Is that? It's hard to play down there, yeah.
Oh, you get used to it.
You get used to it. Okay.
No, you get used to it after a while. Yeah, it's all in a love for rock and roll.
All right,
that's it.
So let's. It's the look, it's the rock and roll, it's the feel, it's the vibe. You name it. So Angus, I read a review and it starts with Angus was born to rock. He's the band leader, guitarist and songwriter with Jamie on bass and Sam on drums. The Watch is playing, and this was only its second show that this particular review came out, and it was pretty huge, pretty positive review. How many shows are you up to now, boys?
Oh, 10? 11?
Yeah,
maybe?
Around 10, I think.
10, 11, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Coming up on the 11th?
Something like that, yeah, just this year, so that's pretty good for a band starting out. I'd say.
That's awesome.
In my opinion.
And what's the ratio of originals to covers, you reckon?
We always play one cover and the rest
Always
is originals. We got
okay, you just pick which one.
We got 13 originals.
14, 15, yeah.
14. Oh yeah, 14.
Okay. And you all write together?
Oh nah. I kind of, what I do is I'll write and record in this room actually.
Yeah.
And then I send it to the guys as like a recorded song.
Yep.
And they just kind of, we've got someone saying I'm a bit, fascistic. I don't know. No. I write the song, send them to them, and they smash them out every time.
Yeah.
They play it how you want to play it, or do you guys get an input? Like Sam on the drums.
Yeah, we get
like what he's done on the. What are you using, like Logic or something?
I mean,
Angus.
All the beats are good. Like I'm not gonna change it.
Yeah.
Like the beats are good.
Yeah.
If the beat's bad, I would say something, but it's
Okay.
so it doesn't matter.
Okay, cool.
And so Angus, you write the bass line as well, or Jamie, did you get an input on that?
I mean, I basically just follow the guitar, but honestly, when it comes to like fills and stuff and kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Every interesting bass part you hear, Jamie's just done that himself. He's really good.
I'm still waiting for a bass solo.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, well, you're
You wanna do
producing
that.
good stuff now, and the reality is that as you play more and more together, it's just going to continue to grow. So we've got two other songs that we're going to line up. So the first one, let's talk a little bit about While We Sleep. What is that about?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess I'll keep it ambiguous for people who I don't know, like it. I don't know. But yeah, it's just kind of about longing for someone who you can't necessarily be with at this point in time, and wanting to be with them.
I really like the vocal on this. It almost goes like it's almost Jeff Buckley when you go to the falsetto in a couple of these lines in this.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
is he an
really-
influence as well?
I really love Jeff Buckley. Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
really
yeah,
gotten into
okay.
him in the past while.
Okay.
Yeah, he's great.
Excellent.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
let's put it on. So, where would rock and roll be without writing love stories or longing for love or yearning for love, Braggy? Just seriously.
Hey, mate, that's the first thing you write about, mate.
Oh, the cameo from the roadie in this one too.
While we sleep.
Sit a glass of water down on my leg. Oh, wish that I could hold her just for a second. I need you just for a second. I can't sleep 'cause you're alone too. Think of me, I call out to you while we sleep. Arms around me and my mind won't make me feel warm. Stare into your eyelids, maybe I'll be there too. I need you just for a second. I can't sleep, 'cause you're alone too. Think of me, or I call out to you while we sleep, while we sleep. I'll be with you.
You're listening to Braggy and Curly on the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
All right.
Can I say there's a real maturity in the arrangement of that? Like a lot of younger bands would. You guys got a lot of space in there. I know there's only three of you. It's only a three-piece, so you got lots. But a lot of bands would. You go to the second verse and there's a lot of space and stuff in there, and then you come in with the harmony, and it's really short. I listen to a lot of bands who, new bands that come out and they just want to go on and on and on and on and on and on. And you guys I love the way it's concise. You've said it, and I love the way where it finishes there. It's good. I like that song a lot. Curly?
Yeah, the thing I pick up, yeah, I like the music and I love seeing the videos, but usually, boys, what I've got to do in this podcast is try and trim the songs down to 2 minutes. I don't have to with you guys. You're almost bang on the dot. So I think it's beautiful. So well done.
But that song doesn't need any more than that. It's a great. I like that song a lot.
So how do you feel about it when you hear it back?
Yeah. I
We
mean,
played it so fast.
Yeah. That's like a very kind of well-worn representation of the song.
So it's normally slower.
Yeah.
We're talking like "Lover, You Should Have Come Over," which is one of my favourite.
Yeah, like a lot
It's
slower.
So slow, so hard to play.
Yeah. When we were in the studio, and we were playing it kind of similar to that, Richard, who was recording with us, he actually told us to go really slow and just draw back. I mean, it's way more space than even that in there, and I think that represents the song a lot more. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's
excellent. Excellent. So you are recording, and you're going to get some songs out, I presume.
We're recording an EP at the moment. We got all the lovely pop tunes that we do on there. And we're gonna chuck it on Spotify and everything and then soon.
Excellent. So let's talk about Flowers then. Do you want to give us a little bit of what that song's all about?
Yeah, I mean that's probably the first time I've written like a straight ahead just like love song. It's not very nuanced if you kind of listen to it, but I kind of really just love the imagery of I don't know, like
it's a good juxtaposition. Like it's such the sweet words, especially even the title "Flowers" are sweet, but juxtaposed against the driving 2-minute punk rock is. I like that.
I really like bands like Bread and stuff, and I kind of like the sweetness of all those kind of 70s kind of bands, and I think I want it, in my that comes through most, at least in my lyricism. It's all kind of sweet and
excellent. Well, let's put on Flowers.
Flowers grow when you do it. Flowers grow when I see. Flowers grow when you do it to me. I see nothing at all except what I can do for you. I didn't feel that there's no way you are with me too. You're just as ready to go
In, out, and done.
Yeah. Nice melody in that one as well, which is good.
Yeah. So who gets? I've got to ask the question: does Jamie get the girls with what he does on stage? Do the girls sort of flock to him?
Of course he does.
We all equally share.
No. Look at him. Look at it. Of course that is.
I'll give him off to Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we in
Sam's
rock
stuck
and
at
roll
the back.
for? Yeah. Yeah.
No, well, they can't do anything now that they're both taken. So like,
Both taken.
they can't do anything.
That's the way.
So everything just goes the same.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good, boys. That's good. So what's next? What's on the future horizons for Pocketwatch?
Well, yeah, as I said before, we're gonna release our record soon, our EP, in the coming weeks, months. Hopefully not years. And yeah, we got some shows coming up. We got a show in 2 days, 24th, whenever this comes out. 2 days on the 24th of September at the Bowlo. And then yeah, we're going to be playing another show in February with our good friends Star Crazy, and yeah,
Awesome.
should be good.
I've got a question to all of you. So, is Rossi? I'm sure he's been a big help to you guys and a guidance, but can sometimes he be a hindrance?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
No, you know, he's very good at Ray Anderson, and when it comes to a professional helping you out with, you know, gig stuff and something goes wrong, you know, he'll
that's
help you on,
handy.
you know.
Yeah.
And he's been there and seen what works and what doesn't work. So there's going to be some good advice there for sure.
Yeah.
But I can see
No
how
doubt
he'd be a pain sometimes, I'm sure.
Oh.
So there's a bit of excitement around you boys as well. I see the barman over there at I-94's said some really good things about you as well. So it's all systems go, isn't it? So is there any thoughts that the band will grow, or do you think 3's the number?
Oh, in terms of the members? Members? I don't know.
Just band members. You don't see.
I reckon
2 drummers. That's
two
what I
drummers,
Yeah.
2 drummers, 3 singers, probably a corn glay player, a
String
violin,
section.
string section.
Yeah, so there's
absolutely.
no designs on a string section. You're happy it's a 3-piece and you're just going to keep it that way.
That
Yeah,
the string
pretty much
section,
do.
Curly, doesn't come in until after you've done the greatest hits album. That's when you
Oh,
get strings
okay.
in.
And the only reason I ask that is because so many of the great Australian rock bands that Rossi and used to roadie for, and I used to go see, would always dual guitars. There were always double guitars, and it just adds that real element. But I guess as a 3-piece, you know, you look at some of the early hard-on stuff, and they were just a 3-piece. So. Yeah.
I'm from Punch Bowl as well.
Yeah.
That's where we're from. Oh, I'm from.
Yeah. So
Man, I love a
awesome.
3-piece.
Yeah. So there's no date on the EP coming out, boys?
Not as of yet, but as soon as anything comes out, we'll let you know.
How have you found doing the studio? How have you found being in the studio and actually layering the music as opposed to just playing it live?
I want to ask Sam that question.
Yeah.
Well, the studio was sick. I've never been in one before, so it was like the first time. But the first day was pretty tiring for me because we just did the drum tracks the whole time, like the set, and then the next couple days were all just guitar and singing.
So you caught up on your sleep during those days?
Oh yeah.
We were really quite cruel to him to get those tracks, but we got him. And they're good.
Yeah, we got him in the end.
Yeah.
Had to push Sam a bit, but it was worth it.
Yeah, cool.
Of course.
All right, and so you did it individually. You didn't get anything kind of live in the studio, you know?
No. We recorded like all the drum tracks. At least when we were doing them, we did them all together.
Yep.
And actually, even I think the bass.
There was one song where I think I just used the tracks that we
Yeah,
recorded with.
that's live with the drums and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. And just came back in and did the vocals.
Yeah. We're the guitar overdubs and vocals are kind of the thing, you know.
Yeah.
Keep it as real as possible, you know.
And so, how many songs on the EP? Just 4 or more? Or?
Yeah, just 4. The 4 we thought represented our.
Your best
I mean,
4?
the best,
and are the 2 we listened to tonight, Flowers and While We Sleep, are they going to be on there?
Indeed, they will be.
Right.
Cool. And 2 other ones. And I really like, there's some like nice harmonies too in, you know. in that While We Sleep as well. So you got some more of that. That's kind of something that young bands really don't get into early either. So it's good to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to put them in a lot more. At this next show, we're going to be doing an Easy Beats cover, and there's a lot of harmonies in that. And Jamie's just been smashing it out. He's been, his harmony's getting better and better. I'm like, ooh, good.
Been doing my homework.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. Ooh. Don't need me. But yeah, nah, he's good. They're great.
So many
That's
influences. Easy Beats cover. Wow.
I know. See, it's just like they've got the whole gamut. No, yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
It's great.
absolutely. And the Marrickville Bowlo is almost like your home ground, isn't it?
It's like our cavern, essentially.
We're the house band now.
Club. Yeah, we're the house.
That's good.
Excellent. Well, how can anyone listening to this, where can they catch up with you now? I mean, we don't have music on Spotify yet, but how can they follow you and see some of your stuff?
Well, we got on Instagram, Pocketwatch_AU is our handle, and we got Facebook as well. And if you want to listen to us, you can go on to Triple J Unearthed.
Two recorded demos.
Yeah, 2 tracks.
2 tracks.
Yeah. We got number 1 on the Triple J Unearthed punk charts for once.
Yes.
Even though it was like a very poppy song. Yeah, for like a week or 2.
You got there. That's the main thing. It doesn't matter if
little
it's
steps.
a day
Counts.
or weeks. Yeah.
If you wanna listen to See You Someday in Flowers at the moment, you can give it a listen over there.
On Triple J Unearthed.
Triple J
Excellent stuff, boys. So really looking forward to seeing how you continue to progress and how the music starts to take off with getting it out there and getting it released. So thanks so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Guys.
Don't run away anyway. We're just anywhere because we need you to hang on until the end. So we're just going to wind up and finish her off. So thanks again to the boys from Pocketwatch. Follow them, get them out there. They're on YouTube. They've got a Facebook page. They're on Instagram, as the boys have said, and they've. Keep an eye out on Spotify, and as soon as that music hits Spotify, I'll be going into the Unfiltered and Undiscovered playlist, so you'll be able to keep up to date with them there if that's what you choose. Braggy, another great show. Congratulations on the Red Legs. I'm surprised. I'm incredibly surprised you are sober. It's been a bit of a drought there for the Red League.
No,
so
I didn't really have anything to drink, Curly. Although I did on Monday. On Monday, I went up the parade, and there was a couple of the boys. They were on Mad Monday, so there was a couple of guys being pushed around in shopping trolleys and things. But they behaved themselves. On there.
Absolutely,
the crowd loved them. And this comes out on Monday, Curly. Now, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And so we'll know who's playing by the time this comes out. We'll know who's in the NRL Grand Final and who will have won the AFL Grand Final. But until then, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. You know where to find us: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and of course wherever you're listening to this. Thanks again to the boys from Pocketwatch. Thanks again
these
to
guys
Rossi.
are going places for sure.
Thanks
for having us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Mate, it's been a pleasure, boys. It's been great. So until next time, everyone, we'll see you then.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season. Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And you're listening to our friends Braggy and Curly on the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.